I'm Dr. Virginia Barry, and I'm Commissioner of Education in New Hampshire. During probably my second week, when I was just getting started, a group of REL individuals, 4 people, came to see me and sort of give me an overview and talk about the purpose of REL and talk about some of the past experiences that they offered for the state. And we got into a pretty deep discussion, and it took probably about 2 hours, and it seemed to me that the services that REL offered would be really essential for the state.
The Regional Education Laboratory is an organization that is federally funded on a 5-year contract to help conduct and disseminate research that is based on the needs of their particular region. We are also tied to Education Development Center as well.
I first heard about the REL a number of years ago in my work with the Rhode Island Federation of Teachers. I do professional development, training, and some advocacy for the professional issues that face teachers. And many years ago I had a problem that needed to be solved, and someone told me that I should go to the regional laboratory. And I did, and I think they gave me some good answers.
We need a structure like the REL to motivate people, to stimulate people to really focus on common and needed and relevant research topics.
Because I represent teachers, and research is very important to our work. We're constantly trying to make sure that the public and the students that we serve, the parents that we serve, understand that we really are a research-based profession. But by the same token, the teachers that I work with are running schools every day. The buses are rolling every day. They're dealing with children every day. And they're relying on their expertise to solve problems that they may not have heard about, thought about when they were in their training. And so the idea that today's research, particularly action research that may be conducted within a school setting, is something supported either by the federal government or by the regional labs is very important to me.
I think the REL will always have a focus on research, and that's important, but RELs, because they're located in regions and are supposed to serve the needs of the region, have a charge to help people at all levels in education who care about education issues to use research and research-based evidence. And I'm hoping that in the future we'll have a charge that is broader than simply doing small-scale or even large-scale research studies, but can bridge bridge the research and practice communities so that people can know what kind of research is available, know how it can help them in their work, and help to improve practice.
Research has become absolutely essential in my institution. We are an Achieving the Dream College, which is a national initiative that now includes 90 community colleges across the United States. And in order to be part of this group, we have to base all of our decisions upon evidence and data. That's an agreement to be a member. So we have at Northern Essex Community College an institutional research office with 3 full-time professionals. And all of the decisions we make to try to reach Achieving the Dream goals are totally based upon the data that we produce. And the goals are very simply to increase graduation and retention rates for all of our students, with a particular emphasis on low-income and minority students.
One of the things that districts struggle with is how to organize the data and how to see or how to hear the data talk to you. We know a lot of times what we want to see happen when we put in a new program or we try a new innovation. And so sometimes part of that preconceived idea you look for in the data. So being able to have someone come in, help us look at the data, help us hear the data would be very, very helpful.
Well, we were just engaged in a conversation not 10 minutes ago with some of the researchers here to answer the question of how could the REL help. This is sort of a new area for the REL of looking into higher education and into our data. And we're trying to honestly sort of together do some brainstorming and figure out how the expertise of all the researchers on the REL could jump into our arena.
There are a couple of things that I find very useful about the REL. One is that we have our liaison who is very visible. And I know that if I need to find research, that I can either contact the REL Quick Reference Desk immediately, or I could also go through my liaison, who is very helpful in helping me frame my question so that it's very clear when it goes to the reference desk.
The state researcher typically supports the state liaison in their endeavor to help facilitate research for all the different regions for the REL. And so that might entail actually helping or assisting in conducting studies, or simply disseminating studies or the information of those studies to the states. And that typically is dictated by the needs of the state.
One of the things that I have done on numerous occasions is I've had a question regarding research. I've sent a question or questions off either through the liaison, and what comes back is a rich wealth of resources that are easy to read, that are certainly current, that really do help me and define and understand the topic that I am interested in, and it is user-friendly and shareable.
Part of our goal for the Regional Education Lab is to bridge research with practice, to help inform practitioners how they can better their practice by using research and understanding research.
Having REL be available to offer consultation face-to-face, mentioned earlier that you never profit in your own land. I think the Department of Education can work really closely with REL, but I think having an objective outside group working with the district to identify strategies could be really powerful for them. And then in partnership with the Department of Ed, we can begin to provide that kind of support they need. And also, we talked about research today, helping school districts move toward a research-based model is a process. It's not going to be an overnight type of thing. So I think REL could be really helpful with that.